Good to go?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna call to order the City of Solid Regular Council meeting for March 19th. We're gonna begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For roll call, Mayor Dan O'Neill, Councilman Steve Duncan, and Councilman John Palmer are absent today. Councilman Paul Gabriel, Andrew Kramer, and Lauren Whitehead are present. Perfecting and approving the agenda. Do we have any changes to the agenda tonight?
No changes.
I'll move to perfect and approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All right. Motion is perfected and approved. Civility pledge. We pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, and acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community. We have citizens speak. This is an opportunity for any member of the community to speak on an issue that is not already on the agenda. Do we have anyone that would like to speak? Taking that, we will move into the consent agenda. Approval of minutes from March 5th, approval of list of bills, which we have a couple, treasurer's report and transfers. Didn't see any building permits this round.
There's two.
There's two. And beer and liquor license approved for the Palmer House stable. Any issues with the liquor license?
Oh, I just wanted to share a little bit. We have some ongoing conversation with the Alcohol Bureau. So this is this permit includes an outdoor service, and the application did not show the outdoor service area. And so we've been talking with the ABD since Friday, asking for additional information of what the outdoor service entails. They notified me yesterday that they would be requesting some additional information. And I asked them to let me know when that is back. So where we're at right now is I have not received confirmation from them that that additional outdoor area has been submitted. We did get notification that the dram shop, the insurance has been approved. So we have a couple options that I would recommend to council. One is if it can wait, and that would be a question for Mr. Wells, if the application can wait until April 2nd, if he doesn't have any other events. Otherwise, I would ask that the council would approve it pending that we would not release our city approval until the outdoor area is verified and I receive that confirmation from ABD.
Okay.
I didn't see where they needed the drawing, but we've done this for the last 4 years, I think, so it's pretty standard. If you wanted to approve it subject to that drawing, that's fine. I do have an event in early part of May that I have to prove the liquor license, but I wasn't aware of the terrace front outdoor part until just now, and I've been back and forth with Iowa Bureau also, but I will find out, submit the same plan I do every year.
Well, they have until May, that gives us a little bit of time, so my thought is conditional approval.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I motion to set the agenda. That we know the space for the liquor license.
I'll second.
All right. Myself, yes. Andrew?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
That agenda is approved. The event for the Versa Solo grand opening. I apologize.
Yeah, and we'll just do that as a separate item. Versa, as most folks know, is going to be opening in the Empire location, and they are planning a grand opening event on March 29th. That is a Saturday. Here tonight to represent Versa I'll let you folks introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name's Nick.
I'm Dan Dahl.
Yeah, so us and the Dahl family are opening up Versa in Solon. So we're kind of open just to the previous Empire people right now to give them a place, but we're planning on opening up in April. So then we want to kind of have a grand opening event in end of March, kind of open up the new space.
Great. Well, so I've been working with Versa on sign permit application for the event and just some general housekeeping things. One of the things that I noticed when I looked at the event application is they do plan to use Highway 1 as their path. And my suggestion back was maybe Dubuque Street would be a better avenue. It is Saturday. There's a lot of traffic on Highway 1. So I think that would probably be something that would be worthy of a discussion. What is the best path between Big Grove and the new Versa location for council to have?
I would in general agree to be,
I
probably
agree
be
with
safer
that.
and
What
smarter.
everyone-
It should not be on Highway 1.
And as I understand from the application, there's gonna be both bikers and runners. Is that the case? And some walkers?
Yeah, and we'll space it. We're open to any route. Like, I think the route, just whatever you guys suggest, we're open to any route. And then we'll space the bikers and walkers out and we'll space it accordingly. We're not everyone's going out once. And so like walkers will go first, we'll give 10-15 minutes. So there's just walkers. Then you have your runners, then your bikers, and you kind of time that out. Who gets there first, who gets there last. And that'll make the whole thing kind of flow.
And I'm happy to work with them on kind of finalizing that route off Dubuque Street. We'll just have to kind of talk, where's the safest place to cross Highway 1?
Yeah.
I mean, that I think, welcome to Solon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll move to approve the event application for Versa's grand opening.
I'll second.
Right, myself, yes. Andrew?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
That's all of our events. Public Works?
I'll start us off here. So, the well 3 rehab is going well. Dave reported to that. They hope to be doing some, lab testing today to see if, you have to do labs, once the well's
Yeah.
down and make sure it's safe to put back online. So, I think we're at that point, which is good news.
Yeah.
We, are ready for some snow if it comes tonight. We're currently interviewing for the Public Works specialist opening. We have made an offer to director. So it'll be an public announcement on that soon. And then Chris, you've been working on the hydrant and what else?
We had a hydrant on Fifth Street that's not operational. Scott from Schimberg came and had a look. And it's gonna have to get dug up, but there's kind of a process we're gonna go through. Since it's newer and we think it wasn't operational from the start, so we'll be working with Dave when he gets back from that. Took the sample from all 3 this afternoon to the lab, should know tomorrow. Hopefully that's good, we can get that back in rotation with the other 2 wells, so yep, just getting a lot of stuff done, ready for the spring, getting ready to do some work on bathrooms, parks, so.
And again, thank you so much for all of your work during the transition and the entire crew. And over to Johnson County Supervisor, Rod Sullivan. Hey, Rod.
Hey, everybody. I know, Cammie, you've got something to talk about. I was just going to give a real quick update on 3 or 4 things, and then we can move to that if that's okay by you.
That sounds good, Ron.
Okay. One is the board. We are now in different offices. We're up on the 3rd floor of what is known as our Health and Human Services building at 855 South Dubuque Street. So the boardroom is currently still in the temporary quarters on the 2nd floor of that building. It'll be moving up to the 3rd floor as well in probably just a couple of weeks. So keep your eye out for that if you're coming to visit us, and we'd love to have you visit. Most of the board, sheriff, county attorney, and a few other folks will be out of town this upcoming Monday and Tuesday. We are going on a tour of a couple of the newer jails in Iowa to get some ideas that we might be able to incorporate into a facility that we hope to have here. So we'll be out of town Monday and Tuesday. The board has its regular budget hearing, annual budget hearing this upcoming Wednesday, a week from today. And one final thing I wanted to note was you may recall about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, the board engaged with the U.S. Geological Survey on a water study. And I think we are going to have that data sometime in mid to late April. And so we'll have to see if we can get them to give you folks a special presentation, or if we can get it recorded, or whatever we can do, because I know it has a big impact on Solon's future, as well as a lot of communities. So we're looking forward to hearing the results of that. And that was all I had.
Thank you, Rod.
And then, Rod, what I shared with you was the most recent issue that's come to light with the Jordan Creek Church project. I met with church representatives last week, and they indicated, and Andrew was there too, because we were at another meeting and he stayed, and they've indicated that they plan to bypass the city's process and work with the county and create a parcel. That's obviously a concern because the fringe area agreement is intended to protect Solon's borders, and the agreement has language as far as parcel creations. So I worked with Kevin before he left, and have talked with or sent an email to Josh Boussard, letting him know the concerns. We've had a little bit of dialogue, and I just wanted to let Rob know as well, at Kevin's recommendation. We're not a full council here tonight, and really just as a heads up, in case council had any questions for Rod tonight, that he wasn't kind of blindsided of the situation. So
Yeah,
I don't necessarily need to discuss it tonight. I just wanted you to be aware in case the council had any questions for you.
well, I can, and you just tell me what you want here. I got updated on this today, and I think I can give a little bit of an update on my own personal thoughts, and on in terms of where we're at process wise, if that's helpful.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Okay. Well, this is a kind of an odd situation that unfortunately I don't think our fringe area agreement anticipated. First of all, let me tell you, I can only speak for myself, but as one supervisor, I would much rather have this development happen in the city of Solon. I think you folks should be able to talk about water and sidewalk and whatever other things you think are important for that development. And so I find it a little frustrating that they want to develop in the county rather than the city. And under almost any other circumstance, we would just say, no, that's covered by the fringe area agreement. You have to talk to the city. The way that our staff is viewing this is that they are not creating a parcel, and so they don't have to have our permission. Churches are conditionally permitted in that zoning district, and so they can conditionally permit a church. Now, the board doesn't even vote on those. That's our board of adjustment, just like you folks have a board of adjustment. So it's kind of out of our hands. The one thing I would urge you to do that you can do is to talk to the board of adjustment and explain how this is almost a unforeseen issue in our future land use or our fringe area agreement. I think the board is not, certainly we're not trying to pull a fast one here. We would rather have Solon control this development. And it's, I think, frustrating for us too, that under this, the way this is written, you don't, and we don't even. So I would urge you folks, if you have strong feelings, and it sounds like maybe you do, to write to the Board of Adjustment and to request certain conditions that you think they ought to approve if they're going to approve it at all. So I would urge the city to weigh in, as a city, to put it in writing. If you get it to our planning, development, sustainability department, they'll make sure they get it to all of the members of that group. But because they're not creating any new parcels, they're not subdividing, I don't think there's anything that we can do right now, except for you to lobby that group and explain to them that under any other circumstance, this would be the city of Solon doing this, and you'd be able to create those conditions by your own code. And unfortunately, it looks like that's where we're stuck right now. So this is really a weird situation. And if it was almost anything except a church, they couldn't do this. So that's my understanding of where things sit now. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to do my best to answer them, but I've just told you just about everything I know.
Appreciate the summary. I think we probably need a full council to weigh in properly, but if there are any actions or discussions you think need to happen initially, just let us know and take whatever action you think is appropriate.
Well, I guess the big thing right now would be, and I apologize, I should have brought this info and I didn't, but to figure out when that Board of Adjustment meets and to make sure that your comments are to them prior to that, so that they can consider the city's needs and wants in their decision. Again, this is a pretty, a bit of a unicorn type of thing that really shouldn't have happened, but I just don't think either you folks or us anticipated this when we were doing our fringe area agreement.
That answers all. Does anyone else have any follow-up questions?
I'm good.
Lord?
And if there's any other questions, I'm happy to talk about anything else you guys have on your minds.
I think that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, Rod.
All right. Well, thank you,
Thanks,
folks.
Rod.
Bye-bye.
Next item on the agenda is change of use for the Vision Center, PC of Solon.
The Vision Center of Solon is going to be going into the location formerly known as Renew Spa, just across the street at 121 West Main. And Chris Schulz is on the call here. He is in between appointments. That's his car that you see. And he is going to be one of the doctors. And we are I've been in conversation with them for several months, as you know, and I've shared that with the city council. They are looking for a spring opening. And because this is a change of a commercial space, the change of use does apply in this case. And so what we've done as staff is looked at just the general process that we would follow would be, what are their hours going to be? Is there going to be sign changes? How many staff? We have a typical list of things we go through. In this case, they have applied for their sign permit. They will be getting the awning redone. They are not planning any interior remodeling changes. Hours and activity is pretty non-invasive and would be considered fairly similar to what the previous businesses there, which was the photography before that, their spa before that. So really this is a formality that we need to go through this process of the change of use. During the change of use process, We look at a variety of site plan and zoning type concerns. And then share those with council. And then the building permit, an inspection of the site is done, and then a building permit is issued, and that serves as their certificate of occupancy for the new business. Chris, are you online? Can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, we sure can. We sure can.
Okay.
So
I
this is-
apologize. Yeah, I have 3 clinics, so I was driving in between clinics. I'm late for the next one, so I pulled over, and I can give you an update, Cammie, if you'd like one.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay,
Why don't you
so in the building, no walls are being moved. The walls are the perfect sizes for our exam rooms. We are putting in a front reception counter, optical displays, shelves, desks for the doctors to use. We hope to start seeing patients the last Tuesday of April. I think that's April 29th. We plan to be open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We may not be able to open every single day when we first start, depending on how we're training our employees. And the doctors that will be seeing patients will be Dr. Ian Huey, and also Dr. Sean O'Neill, who's been living in Solon for most of his postgraduate life. And some of you may know Dr. O'Neill. I think that's about it. I think we have 3, besides the doctors, we'll have 3 employees, and we're planning on seeing patients on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to start, and 1 Friday a month with Dr. Sean O'Neill, because he's working full time at the Anamosa prison. Yeah, so Cammie, do you have any other questions?
I don't, Chris, but the council may, so.
I'd just like to comment, a welcome addition. Anytime we can add an additional medical service directly in Solon is a welcome day for me.
Same. I was going to say, welcome to town. This is great.
Same.
Yeah. Well, we're very excited to hear that. We think Solon's a wonderful community. I have a lot of friends in Solon. We've been watching it for the last 5 years, and we're excited to get this started. It's definitely something that takes a lot of work when you're working full time in your other clinics, but it's been very rewarding.
It sounds like we're in agreement.
Oh. I'll move to approve the change of use for Vision Center PC of Solon.
Awesome.
All right, myself, yes. Andrew Kramer,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
who passes?
Well, thank you very much. Thank
Look forward
you.
to
Thank
the
you.
opening.
So Cammie, what do I need to do from here forward then?
So we'll process the building permit, Chris, and then have you work with the building inspector for an inspection. So stay tuned, and I'll send you an email with an update of the next steps, okay?
That sounds wonderful. Well, you folks have a wonderful night.
Thank
too.
you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
And on to resolution number 2517, change of use policy.
Change of use policy comes before the council as a recommendation from City Attorney Kevin Olson, who's on vacation this week. We've seen 3 now change of use requests that come before the council this past year. We have been working on this policy. We just kind of got it finalized just before Kevin left. Basically, what this policy does is it's similar to the sidewalk policy. We had a sidewalk policy and procedure we followed, but we really didn't have a documented a sheet that says this is our policy. So this is what Kevin and I worked at. Josh Bay has reviewed it. It really just is a step-by-step process of what the city staff follow when a change of use request comes before us. So it's just being able to, have a written policy.
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think,
It's a standard operating procedure. It's a great idea.
all right, do I have a motion?
I'll approve resolution 2517.
I'll second.
Myself, yes. Andrew,
Yes.
Lauren,
Yes.
Resolution 2517 passes. Other business, update on committees.
Streets Committee.
Go ahead.
Okay, Streets Committee met last week. It looked at two projects. One, the Lakeview Elementary is going to be getting some upgrades to both the east and west parking lots. Because we've been in ongoing discussions on how we're going to address Chobble and Highway 382 in that future design. We wanted to make sure that the school wasn't putting improvements in that would be negatively impacted by a future reconstruction of that intersection and vice versa. Dave Scheckinger and I have been meeting with the school and their engineer on some designs, and we wanted input from the Streets Committee on those designs. They felt that they were a good path to go. So the plan now is, because we're kind of have a concept in design, we're going to do some additional studying, but it won't inhibit or prevent the school from beginning their project.
Yeah.
The second item we looked at is Harvest Acres has completed their traffic study out on Highway 1, and they've gotten their recommendations back from the DOT on how that road is going to come out onto Highway 1. And then there's also some accesses that need to be included to get to the property that's just to the south of that property. So again, we looked at those concepts. The committee decided that they would like full council review of that concept. And so Watts Group, who is leading this development, plans on coming to the April 2nd council meeting, and we'll review their concept with the full council.
Okay.
No updates on utilities or finance. Personnel.
Public Works Director offer has been made. We'll make a formal announcement here in the next week or so.
Very excited. Nothing current for building needs or growth or the police committee, city and school.
City and school, I received the draft of the 2080 agreement, so I'll work on getting that out to the committee and for review. So good news on that.
Exciting.
We're getting closer.
City clerk report. City administrator comments.
Wanted to let the council know that there is no planning and zoning meeting this month. There was no items submitted, and that the Board of Adjustment is going to be meeting on Monday, the 24th at 6 o'clock. They do have an application for a variance request.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Council comments.
Go ahead, Andrew.
He said he's good. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say the personnel committee, it's been a real roller coaster, this public work director search. But Cammie organized it beautifully, and I feel like we had an excellent process and that we got a great candidate. So I'm very excited.
Thank you for all your time and effort on that. I know you have to juggle the times. Where comments? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
And everyone in agreement? Aye.
Bye. Great meeting, guys.
Oh, short, please.
Stay safe.